Hey beloved, welcome back to my corner of the interwebs. I'm so glad you found me. My name is Sally. If you're new here, thank you for clicking my video and joining me on my corner of the interwebs. It's been so long. I don't know how to do this anymore, but hey, here we are. So in this video, we're going to talk about lies I believed about relationships. And this, man, I was sitting down, I was having a conversation with a friend, and we kind of discovered, we were talking about relationships, and we realized, what, all of a sudden, this whole generation of, can we call it really a generation of dating, but this whole new season of dating is kind of, wow, it's like a wild card, like people are, it's a lot. It's a lot. And that's how I started thinking about, okay, what about my experiences? And what about other people's experiences? What has your dating life been like? You know? And wow, that's what we're gonna talk about. So this is some lies I've believed about relationships, because for the longest time I've always watched my folks, and my folks have had a very good marriage and a very good relationship. And African parents, they don't show you a lot of things, but you do see. And I've seen also other people's relationships, how they interact with one another. And me, I'm an 80s baby, so I've seen everybody above that in relationships. And those are the standards that I kept for myself. So when I was younger, I had this fantasy about how it is I wanted to meet my husband, you know. And in my mind, I wouldn't say it was a husband, it was more like a boyfriend. Like, and you see, because for me, my boyfriend, or whichever man it is that was coming to pursue me, was going to be my husband. It's just one guy. He date, get married, we live happily ever after. That was it. So knowing what I know now, man. Anyway, so the life I believed was men do everything. They do the pursuing, they do the courting, they do the dates, they do like everything that is needed for dating to occur, or even for courtship to occur. Is the man who initiates it, and he does it, and he maintains it, and excuse me, and that's just his job. My job is to just sit there and look pretty and say yes or no to whatever it is that he suggests. Boy, was I wrong? Because it takes two people to be in a relationship, not one person. It takes two people, because man, that's why I have exes, because I was expecting them to do certain things for me, and I would get mad if I didn't get that. You get, and I was not understanding why you people, you know. But that's not the case. Dating requires two people. Courtship requires two people who are in mutual agreement about everything, really. Everything, you know. And I had a difficult time separating. That's another lie. There was the fantasy, and then there's the reality of things. I had a very difficult time separating the two, because the fantasy is what you see in the movies, and me, I'm in love with love. Man, I am a whole princess. I love Disney. I love everything about Disney princesses, and that's what I wanted to be. And that was something that I ingested, okay? And movies also tell you certain things, because you see also, at least right now, movies are a bit realistic, a tad bit realistic, but there's still that fantasy of, oh, this guy is just gonna come and sweep you off your feet, and you're going to ride into the sunset and live happily ever after. But they don't tell you about temperaments, they don't tell you about love language, they don't tell you about character, they don't tell you about a lot of things. A lot of these things hide. So me, in my mind, this person was, I don't even know if it's someone who came from God. Me, I just dread this being just checked all my boxes. You know, like there's this being who checked all my boxes from my list, and he was gonna pursue me and he was gonna do everything. That was a fantasy. But the reality is, yes, you could find, yes, I found someone who checked certain things, my must-haves in my list of things. But then there's a flip side. There's always two sides of the coin, right? There's a flip side where, how is he when he's angry? What is his character like? What is his vision? What are his goals? What is his purpose? That kind of thing. I don't know if it's a thing that as you grow older you get into. I don't know, because another thing that I always ask myself is these couples that get married young, like early 20s, you know, and these couples that, even these guys who get married when they're 19, who call teenagers, you know, like, and you do realize these couples who last a long, to this day they're still married and they've been married years, yeah. Or these couples who've been together for 20 plus years and they were too young to be married, but then they got married later because they were high school sweethearts and things like that, you know. Please, we need more information. You guys need to tell us what's it like inside there, because I'm sure you guys have experienced a lot of things, because there's a whole lot of growing up to do in a marriage, you know. And then there's, you know, there's a dating phase, and then there's also this honeymoon phase of, yeah, my favorite color, and then this other phase with marriage where reality checks in and like, okay, hold up, I still gotta go to work and then come back and cook and clean for you. You know what I mean? So I have difficulties separating the two, the reality and fantasy. That's a lie, I believe. I believe the fantasy. I believed that that's just how it is, but oh, shock on me. I also believe, another lie I also believed was, it's about me. Like the relationship is about me and about my happiness and about what I want and what I would like to do. It's all about me. And that's the man's job to make sure it's about me. That's such a big lie. That's such a big lie. Because it ain't about you, girl. It ain't about you. I mean, this other being also has a brain, also has a heart, also has a soul, also has a mind to think for himself, also wants things, needs things from me, needs me to do things for him. And me just thinking about myself is a bit selfish. Not a bit, it's a whole lot of selfish. And that's, you know, I had to wake up to that lie. that one hit me hard. I'm like, you mean to tell me that the world doesn't revolve around me? It doesn't. I'm sorry. If you're in that camp, I'm sorry, it doesn't revolve around you. And now, this is also another lie that hit me hard. Because you as an individual, if someone told you to describe yourself, you would use these very beautiful adjectives. And as you grow older, these adjectives tend to be less and less, or they tend to be more meaningful, right? But the biggest lesson I've learned so far in my 30 decades plus on this planet, right, is you are more toxic than you think you are. You are more toxic than you think you are. Because only you know, or only you can understand what's inside your head. You get, and expressing that and finding someone else who actually understands you, that's how friendships are built, you know? And yes, you can find like-minded people who think and behave like you, but we're unique in our own ways, and that's how God created us, and that's just how we are as individuals. But we need to also learn that we are more toxic than we think we are, because we may think we're the nicest person, but someone else is like, what? Sally, how are you friends? How are you friends with this girl? You know, because you give off energies in different ways, right? You could be friends with someone and you guys click on so many levels, but then again, someone else can stand you and you can't figure out why. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, we're all different and we have different legs and different things. That's what makes us unique. But accepting the fact that we are different and we think differently and we do things differently is, in my opinion, a right step towards finding or getting into a relationship or a friendship that's more meaningful. Does that make sense? I kind of feel like I was lost there, but if it makes sense, give this video a thumbs up. Yeah. But yeah, those are some of the lies that I believed about relationships, and now it's your turn. What other lies did you believe about relationships? Loved to hear your thoughts in the comments section down below. Tell me guys what you think. I mean, life as it is, the where we are at right now as a planet is just, it's going to the pits. Like, Christ is coming soon, get ready, but as we wait, it's great that we create and maintain meaningful bonds and relationships with people who we value and we love and respect. So I pray that you are encouraged by this video in some way about things that you believe that were lies and are, well, I know are lies, but things that you believe were reality but are not. And if you like this video, consider subscribing. It really helps out my channel. And well, I'll see you guys in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.